Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you're good, fine, safe, and everything. Guess why I'm wearing a yellow shirt? Just to match our next reaction, of course. So, and guess what we're going to listen to today? That's right. Allie X Super Sunset. Of course I decided to wear this shirt to match the album cover of Super Sunset and just to show you my excitement for this new chapter. So first song is actually an intro and it's called Super Sunset Intro. Hey, it felt like one of those YouTube theme songs. I don't know, strange. Usually I like when intros just are used as a form of transition from one song to the other, but not in this case. Maybe it's just a song to set the atmosphere right, and we'll see. Next song is called Not So Bad Nelly.
In a city that lives with its bright star sky, where else can you go when you got that drive? It's not so bad in LA, the parking's cheap and bad in LA. Backyard got 2 lemon trees. And the famous girls smile with the whites of their teeth. It's not so bad in LA, the parking's bad in LA. Backyard got 2 lemon trees. Those blue skies stay out today. Those dreams I'll never forget. It's not so
Okay. Well, after that intro that was so, as I said, it reminded me of a YouTube theme song from a random YouTube video. I didn't expect something so dark to come after. So first off I want to talk about the verses because the melody in them is really interesting to me and it kind of reminded me of something, maybe Marina, I don't know. And then the beat drop with the chorus and it came more, I don't know how to put it into words, but dry with a lot of different influences, more the hip hop, kind of urban. I liked a lot the meaning behind the song and the irony behind some of the lyrics. When she says you start to get old when you turn 25, it's pretty accurate for LA, you know? And also the fact that she's saying in the chorus everything that is superficial and shallow about LA. I mean, you have the valet, the parking spot is cheap. That is really not, I mean, I remember. The blue skies and it's sunny every day, and then you have the lemon trees and everything is perfect, but at the end she says all the angels left, so Los Angeles should be the city of angels. But it turned out that with time, angels left the city to leave the scene to all the people that leave LA nowadays. And I mean, don't get me wrong, because I love LA, but it's a pretty funny way of portraying LA without being that disrespectful. In the second verse, she's being more real with everything that you can perceive in LA. I mean, the ghost of 90s that walk the street, maybe she's talking about the fashion or the music industry, the Venice girls that will do anything for those 15 minutes of fame. The music was almost that entertaining, theatrical kind of music, but in a creepy way. And the message was so dark, and the tone of her voice, especially in the chorus, was very monotone. Next song is called Little Things. Wow, this sound felt more close to the first collection EP. It felt more electropop with this synth in the background. I mean, the chorus is just an explosion of sounds, and I like the little change at the end of the chorus when she says that death by 1,000 cuts. That little beat drop that changed the entire key of the chorus. This song is just a self-reflective one, and it's funny that it comes after the song that talks about LA and how everything is just superficial, we can say, sometimes in LA, or some people are at least. It's just a consequence of that to me, the fact that she lives in LA when she notices that all around her are basically fake people and the way of living is just not real, it's just a fictional way of living. So as a consequence, she tries to come to terms with the fact that she kind of wanted to fit in but doesn't really, and she's admitting at the same time that it's difficult to live in her skin because maybe she's too moody and critical about everything that surrounds her. But I mean, when you live in a world that is pretty much fake, I mean, what else you can do? I like the fact that she's actually worried about all those little things, like the couch that is worn in, and that she cannot smile without worrying about having a double chin. All those little things are just so heavy in her mind. And it's funny to me because a lot of the times when artists talk about little things, they always talk about the positive side. I mean, just enjoying life through little things, or just enjoy the little things in life with that positive vibe to it. But this time, with the little things, she's pointing out at all the negatives. So it's a little twist that I really enjoyed, and I liked a lot the explosion in the bridge, where you can feel that she's actually going crazy, thinking about how those little things make her feel uncomfortable. And the outro, perfection production wise, and I really enjoyed the lyrics. It was unconventional and strange. Next song is called Science. Synth again. So smooth. So again, this song has some of the elements that the previous one had, the synthwave beat. And I like all the references to outer space. I mean, in the first verse when she talks about Mercury and the dark and comets in the sky at the end. But my favorite part was in the chorus, the melody in the chorus when she says, "We just know how." I mean, that melody is so smooth and so perfect. It gives a sense of space to the song, you know? And actually the message is pretty carefree. I mean, it's about love, but it's more about enjoying love and seeing love just as a ride, a funny one. In the bridge also, I noticed right away that she mentioned Prime, that is one of the songs that she had in her first EP. And it's funny because the second I heard the production here, it reminded me a lot of the sounds we had in Collection. And that 80s vibe is always there, you know? This one is different because I felt like we were, as I was saying, in outer space, something futuristic almost, and all those metallic sounds in the production pointed towards that direction. Next song is called Girl of the Year. So pitched. The thing with her is that she has these modern productions for her tracks, but this kind of old way of singing and writing songs that is kind of interesting and oddly balanced actually. And in some ways her songs to me always feel so full and rich of details and sounds. And I like when songs are so chaotic, songs that give you that shocking feeling in your head. But the most interesting part to me, message-wise, is like we're going back to the song about LA, and she's continuing this sort of story about how you can fake everything, especially when she says, pretend that I'm the only one, I like your lies. So maybe she's got so far in the LA behavior that now she likes the fake feelings, fake emotion and fake everything, you know? That is the connection to me. But the most interesting part to me, except for the last part when she decided to put this high-pitched voice in the production in the background almost, is the chorus. The way the chorus went so smoothly again, I know. It's not always easy for pop artists, pop or alternative or artists in general, when you have a pattern to follow, especially to have big long ass verses. It's just where my attention went right away. Next song is called Super Sunset and is an interlude. Okay, again, no transition. This time we had words, but I don't really get the reference. Does he like me? Who says I liked you? He doesn't love me anymore. I warned you. Next song is called Can't Stop Now.
The sun goes up, my heart goes down. I spent too long.
Not another Lifted, please. I'm not ready. I mean, I already have my favorite, okay?
I can't stop now. I've seen so much.
Where are we going?
So I focus on the next thing. I better think of something. Start that only one way. I don't know.
I really like it.
Plastic clicks coming out of car doors. Slow you down. Remember to keep breathing. You can push me
Yes. I knew it. This one was very Lifted inspired, oriented. Obviously I was very pleased about it. You know, Lifted is my favorite song by her until now. I mean, it is still. The music production, as I was telling you, reminded me of Lifted, so those island vibes at the beginning, but towards the end, especially the outro, with those metallic elements that I was telling you about before, kinda set the mood for that futuristic part that I was telling you about in Science. So production-wise, the end reminded me of that song, but the rest of the song obviously Lifted, and I'm very happy about it. I keep telling you, but I won't stop telling you because I am. The message is more oriented towards Not So Bad in LA and The Girl of the Year. I felt the connection with these two songs for the message, of course, and the way she's talking about the LA way of living, the fact that she feels emptied of everything and she just sees these plastic legs coming out of cars with high heels, and the reference to the Walk of Fame with metal stars. Next song and last song, last song, how is that possible? It's called Focus.
keep your eyes out.
You in my head.
When the clouds turn purple and rain comes through, and they watch them make me fall, 'cause it all just falls away. Keep your eyes on me. In this fiery sky is putting your eyes to blue. Let's just fall away.
It's funny to me how artists nowadays close albums with the most sweet tracks. First off, voice production and all the melodies and all the different layers of voices that they build up in the verses kind of reminded me of Need You, and I love that song too. So, but the real interesting part is how poetic the pre-chorus really is. If you look at those three verses, when the clouds turn purple and the rain comes through, and I watch the sunset split in two, and there's fiery skies, but in your eyes they're blue. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's just a beautiful image to give. But one of the things that I also liked in this track is that I didn't expect at all, is the little beat drop at the end of the chorus. I didn't expect it for how the song started. The little change also in the second verse, and in the second chorus actually I noticed a little bit of, again, 80s elements, not that hard and defined, but here and there in the background. It's just a calming song that gives you a whole scenario in your head. It's not just a song about love, it's a song that you can live into, you know? There is also this almost dark plot twist in it, starting from the first verse when she says, "Keep your eyes on me, there ain't anyone else, skies are crumbling, people are calling for help." I mean, it's fun, this balance between the sweetness of the song and this dark scenario behind it. Why is this album so short? I mean, is this an album? Is this an EP? I'm confused right now because we only had 6 songs and 2 other tracks that were an intro and an interlude. So I like the fact that this project is a mix of the sounds of the previous EPs with a new one. I mean, I definitely felt some resemblance with some of the songs there are on the EPs, and some of these sounds, especially the 80s sounds, there are on the EPs in this project. And I like the fact that this one had a more futuristic sense to it, a good balance between the old and the new. And I don't know why she doesn't get the recognition she deserves, because this music needs to be heard. This music is so good, the production is so good, lyrics is so good, and the whole scenario behind the music is good. And I was telling before that I'm mad because this album is too short, but with 6 tracks, I felt the story behind it, especially with the connections between the songs. That made everything more cohesive and just like a whole world aside, we can say. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Take care.